Malloy, and I'm going to be sharing some of the information that I found with in my interview of a school psychologist. And so, being a school psychologist means that you get to help students that have issues thriving in a regular classroom setting, and it's somebody that's specially or specifically qualified to help individuals come up with treatment plans and help them to get all the necessary resources to succeed. And another thing that's really exciting to me is that you get to work side by side with special needs classrooms, which allows for diversity and really spreads the impact that you can make within a school. So the national median salary is $69,000, but the top 10% can earn up to $115,000. It has a great projected growth of 19% within the next 8 years, which is quite a bit higher than the national average of all other occupations at 7%. And when you work in a school district or a school setting, you have a consistent schedule Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You get a summer break. And the current shortage of school psychologists means that you can have job security in any location. So I decided to focus specifically on the requirements for the University of Washington. So the EDS is the one that I'm going to show kind of the course of study for, but they also have a PhD, which is an APA accredited school, and it meets the level for state licensure as soon as you're graduated. So course of study talks about our learning, development, our personalities, all sorts of issues that you can come across working in a school setting and working with a variety of children, adolescents, and kind of the ethical side of working with people so personally. The second year is an on-site practicum, which is when you'll learn how to administer and interpret testing that you can do. It's when you can assess the functioning and behavior of children. You get the opportunity to interview parents, children, faculty members, observe classrooms, and decide how you are able to work within a school setting and working on the reports and psychological assessments that are needed within that setting. And then the third year is a field-based internship, which is supervised by not only a school psychologist, but also the university, which allows you a really informed and eye-opening experience at what being a school psychologist is really like. So basic licensing requirements for Utah versus Washington. Utah is currently level 1 license is to have an approved master's degree, have a 1,200 clock hour internship, and to have a minimum score on the praxis test of 147, whereas Washington is to have a major in school psychology. For those coming out of this state, they have to have 3 years of experience and a passing score on the praxis. Level 2, it's obviously all the same requirements as level 1. You also complete 3 years of experience in Utah as a school psychologist. You have to have a recommendation by the school you're employed by. And then you can be issued a level 3 license, which is somebody that's been recommended by the National Board Certification. Washington is changing their laws, but currently it's for level 2, you have to have serve 2 years in a school psychologist position, have an extra completed 180 days of experience, and to have a master's degree with a specialization in school psychology. And continuing education requirements are kind of similar. The main difference being for level 3 Utah requirements, you have to have renewed every 7 years and have 100 hours of professional development, whereas Washington's highest level of certification, you have to renew every 5 years. You have to have a personal growth plan within the school setting and to also complete at least 3 hours of suicide prevention training. So, to make yourself stand out, you have to make personal relationships with professors so that you can get strong recommendations. You should start working on personal goal statements so that you are prepared with the skills and assets that you have to offer to the school and the job position. You have to keep a high GPA, and it also is really helpful to have employment or volunteer experience with children prior to your application submission. And that's what it takes to be a school psychologist.